Serve our community. Our mission is to educate children in a safe, healthy environment for learning. We provide them with the best opportunities for physical, intellectual, social, and emotional development. Call today. Look Promises to Learn Center, 813-561-3160. Or come by to see us. We're located 4508 Highway 76, Mullen.
Anderson Brothers Bank is continuing to grow by leaps and bounds, all while remaining our locally owned and operated bank. A great financial resource in our community. So whether you're in need of an auto loan, a mortgage, or a checking account, perhaps Anderson Brothers Bank can help you. After all, Anderson Brothers Bank treats everybody like family. See them online at a.
So you're the representative today? This way?
Yes, sir. They're on the way from Columbia, so.
Oh, okay.
He'll be actually a little late here soon, though.
Okay. We got basically 15 minutes.
Okay.
Get ready,
But,
get ready.
you can
for
tell
the
us
great
everything we need to know about this year's drive and all that.
Yes, sir. Okay, cool.
Resource Center.
And you're the son,
on
right?
Pennebury
Yes, sir.
Road in Marion,
And
South
assistant
Carolina on
executive
Saturday.
director.
Okay. What's your
December
name?
the 13th,
Derek.
when the doors come open at
Yes,
3
sir.
p.m. Program time at 4 p.m. Featured in the program, the
All
Gospel
right.
Prophets, the Spiritual Sons, Brothers, Devontae Matthews, and the Sons of
for our
Faith.
Facebook.
Also on
In
the same
studio.
big program will
Remember,
be
take
the
pictures in
Tower
studio for our Facebook.
Devontae Covenant Sons, Chiron and Company, Maurice Mazik, MDK, Shay Cribb and the Anointed Voices of Harmony, Levon Spiritual Uplifters, and listen out of Columbia, South Carolina, Roy and Revelation. Vendors and food for sale, admission only $20 at the door only. Everyone is invited to attend this mighty big, great gospel explosion. To MC the program, Sister Peggy Gunter, be there.
You're in tune to your number one station with 98.3 FM, 1280 WJAY. Our time stands as 8:31. Gonna switch over to Studio B and say good morning to your brother Michael Jenkins and brother Ernest Liggett and listen to your program.
Great. Ernest, my man. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to PD Sports Wrap. Of course, this is the holiday season, and in keeping with the holiday spirit, we will be having the Pickets tell us about this year's toy drive as they come in right now. But Junior is here. Tell us about it, Junior. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Hope you're all doing fine out there this morning. I know it's colder than we all like, but it's a blessing to be here in WJY.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Absolutely.
sir.
The Honorable Mayor.
Yes.
How are you?
Good morning. Good morning.
I don't know if I properly congratulated you on your big win last year, but
Yes.
if I hadn't, I want to congratulate you now.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's been a great year.
Tell us about your first year as mayor of Mullins.
Sure. I don't want to take away from the great work of the foundation.
Right.
But, this has been a very foundational year.
Mm-hmm.
The community is working together. We're able to see our road ahead.
Mm-hmm.
And our road ahead is really, really bright. We're going to be tearing down about 30 abandoned homes in the city,
Okay.
which is going to create a more safe environment for our children.
Mm-hmm.
We have committees that have been created. So actually tonight, the YES Committee,
Okay.
which stands for the Youth Engagement Social Committee, is having a Santa pajama jam and family movie night.
Oh.
So we're inviting all the families, bring the kids. We'll have Santa Claus. We'll have a selfie booth for family pictures. They can wear their pajamas. We'll have a concession stand, and we're going to watch the movie Elf.
Okay. Okay.
So and we're invested in arts.
Right.
So we also have the Mullins Arts Council. I'm excited. I can go on for days, but it's about Christmas and the holidays.
Right. It's about the Eagles too, man.
Go Birds!
Go Bird.
Oh my goodness!
But you see my face. Those cats have lost 3 games in a row.
I
man.
can't believe it.
That's a problem.
Yeah, I'm still with them though.
You still feeling good about them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're with them. We gotta feel good about our birds.
Oh, man. I'm not feeling as good as I was a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
I'm sure, but
You never know.
I couldn't find my hat this morning, so that's why I didn't wear it.
Okay.
Anyway, tell us about the foundation and tell us about everything as it relates to the toy drive.
Yeah, so once again, my name is Darius Pickett. I'm Assistant Executive Director of Pick 42 Foundation. This is our 11th annual toy drive and 10 years of Pick 42 Foundation. So if you don't know about our toy drive, we call it an annual shopping experience. And we call it that because we want it to be more than just, showing up and grabbing toys. We want it to be an immersive experience where people actually feel like, they're providing their own toys to their children for the holidays. And it's a blessing. We do over 1,000 kids a year. This year, we're blessed enough to have done at least 964 children already registered. So it's a big job every year. And I can tell you, we start planning in August. Right. So it's no joke, but I'm so happy to be able to help these kids this year all around the county. Marion, Mullins, Latta, Fork, it gets wide.
Dillon.
Yeah.
And what's interesting is to see my son now involved. As I'm mayor, I'm not involved in the foundation like I used to be.
Right.
Darius, how old are you?
26.
So for 11 years of his life,
yeah,
right.
This is what, So my own family, for my younger two kids, didn't really get Christmas because it was always about other people.
Right.
And so it just warms my heart to see him step up in this role.
Good. What about the timeline for this year's events as it relates to the toy drive giveaway and all that stuff?
Yeah. So, and if you are one of the people listening and you're one of our volunteers, thank you so much. We always need our volunteers. We can't do what we do every year without them. But basically the way it works, the day before the toy drive, so the shopping experience is on December 20th. Okay. It's going to be at Mullins High School. And basically the day before, we go there, we do pizza and counting with our elves. We set up the tables. I don't know if you've ever been, but
I haven't.
It looks like a store. You walk in and the banners are hanging, the Christmas trees are everywhere, there's music playing. So the day before, we get all that stuff ready. It takes hours. The day of, people are there so early, but we like to have it all ready. That way we show up the next day and we're just getting to work.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
We dress up as elves.
Yeah.
We have 100 volunteers.
Wow.
100 a year.
With antlers and everything?
Oh, yes.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Okay.
Oh, it's very festive. It's very festive. It's very fun. We want to make sure that we serve the community with dignity, and that when their child gets the toy or the gift on Christmas morning, that it's coming from the parent.
Wow. Okay. So that's going to be pretty much the scope of it, and it's over, 2 days?
It's 1 day.
1 day.
And actually, funny enough, she mentioned that the kids are not allowed at our shopping experience.
Oh.
We want this to be a moment where the parents come, they get their toys, and it gets home to the kids from Santa or from mom and dad or whoever.
Santa's better.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just 1 day, but we can't wait for it to come.
And I know I probably tell this story every year, but when I was a kid, I was so bored into the Santa thing. I actually went outside on Christmas morning and searched for reindeer. Reindeer tracks. I'm telling you, I was bored in.
We did the same.
I was totally 100% bored in. But anyway, so what about how have the contributions been coming in? Say this week, for instance, have they been coming in good this week?
We have great constant support from our community. We have
another contribution.
Thank you. But I was about to say, but it's been slow. Not only has the contributions been slow, and you could donate by going to Cash App is $ Toy Drive, or go to the website www.pick42foundation.org. But the toys, some of the toys cost twice as much. So
that's a shocker, ain't it?
Yes. So it's like, okay, so here's a year where donations are way down and the cost of toys is up. Because what we do is, and this year, it's going to be great. It really is. But it's been a struggle. Because we try to buy a toy that has an average value of $30, right? We used to be able to get them for $15. So we get them when they're on sale. We get them in bulk. We get lost leaders. And we get them at $15, but their list price is $30 or more. And then the other stuff that people are donating. But the average price we're seeing now is $25. So it went from $15 to $25 for the exact same toys, right? And then when we did get the deals, so we do a lot of shopping the day on Black Friday, all of our orders were canceled. Yes. So, I'm not trying to promote any big boxes, but we ordered it, we paid for it, and then they didn't have the product. So, it's been a tough year. So if you're out there and it's on your heart to support Pick 42 Foundation, not just now, with the toy drive and what we're going to be doing this coming week, but just so that we could continue to do the things in the community. You know, we have some people that donate $20 a month.
Right.
And that makes a difference because with $20 a month, you know, we get enough people that's paying for the power, the water, you know, so that we could continue to do this work in the community.
Well, Miko, I mean, I'm just really thrilled that that you're doing this. I remember when you first started. I think you've been on the program every year since you started. And I get reached out to by your little contact over there, who's a great friend of mine.
Oh,
and
she's awesome.
She's awesome.
Regina.
Yeah, she is. She is. Anything else, folks? Do you want to
I just want to say, so glad to have my son on board now. You know, I'm sitting back. I didn't say much.
Right.
You can tell that he's in his mother's footsteps.
Right.
Because they speak professionally.
Right.
And just like to thank all the people that have contributed to Pick 42. And we hope to see all the parents come out and have a good time on next Saturday. And that'll put smiles on all our faces.
You know, it's kind of amazing when you have a son, like I have a son, and when he reaches to that point where his voice becomes bigger than yours, and you're fine with it.
Yes.
And you're fine with it.
Yeah.
Right.
So, I want to thank you guys for coming down this morning.
And thank you for having us.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Appreciate you. Appreciate all of you.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Take care, bro.
All right. I'll see you.
All right, man.
All right, okay.
Anyway, folks.
That's my wife here.
Oh, that's okay. Just put it up. It was terrible anyway. Don't worry about it.
Oh my goodness, I am so bad.
It was awful.
Go Birds.
Yeah. Anyway, folks, that's all. That's the little moment that we spend annually for the purpose of the toy drive. But as she said just now, man, things have gotten really expensive, and it's costing double this year to buy a toy that last year cost what it did now is double. So, but they say inflation isn't real. This is all a Democrat hoax. But anyway, let's take a look at what happened last week at our state championship football games. Of course, all the champions were crowned last week Friday, and last week Saturday. The games were. So let's take a quick look here. And I don't have my glasses today, so that's going to be a problem. First, let's look at the final rankings for the year. And Dutch Fork, South Point, those are the two top teams. Northwestern. A lot of people think that Northwestern is the best team in the state. I've heard people say it. But there they are sitting at 3. Irmo is ranked number 4. And as far as Irmo goes, Irmo did not give a good effort in their 5A Division II finals against Northwestern. Northwestern kind of pummeled them. South Florence, they went into last weekend with a lot of hopes, a lot of dreams of repeating as state champ. I think this was their 3rd trip. But it didn't turn out very well for South Florence. I'll read you the score later. Oceanside Collegiate, things did turn out well for them. They come in at number 6. Somerville can't beat Dutch Fork. They're at 7. Indianland finished 8. Dorman 9. Ridgeview finished 10th. So those are the final rankings statewide. Randy Page, what's going on, bro? Now, I told you folks, I don't have my glasses today. So, I'm going to have to, okay. So, last Friday, we had the division, let me see if I can make this a little bigger. Can't. The 3A state champs, a game between Oceanside Collegiate and Belton Honeypath. Oceanside won that game 28-7 to claim the 3A championship. Northwestern, as I said, was all over Irmo by a score of 55-13. It makes you wonder. You're playing in a state championship game, and this is the best effort that you can come up with after a season of running through the playoffs and having a great regular season. You can only muster 13 points against Northwestern, and you basically make up the biggest blowout of the tournament. Bamberg Earhart is the single A, and they played against Lamar, and Lamar was basically no match for them either, as they beat them 35-21. And that's for the single A crown. On the Saturday, you had 3 more games to be played. You had, as I said, South Florence versus South Point. That was a rematch from last year as well. And that didn't turn out well for South Florence. They got hammered 35-14. Dutch Fork all over Somerville 40-20. And Strom Thurmond beat Hampton County by 26-7 for the double A crown. Of course, the Somerville and Dutch Fork was the 5A Division I championship. But that's what happened last weekend. I don't know how you guys feel about it. I feel okay. I just thought South Florence would give a better effort than that, and I was kind of hoping that maybe they could bring that championship back home. But when you think about the teams that won, you got South Point and you got Northwestern. Those are 2 teams from Rock Hill. So Rock Hill is like the king of the world right now in football. As far as other local teams, Loris did well. I noticed where a lot of people, there's a lot of recruits that's been recruited by South Carolina State for Loris. And I've seen some other Loris kids, being picked, to play at the next level. And even though Loris was bought in because they lost last year in the finals, and it was all or nothing. But it really isn't all or nothing. Because even though they didn't win, even though they did fall short the year before, a lot of benefit is coming from this. Benefits like recruiting. Loris kids are prominent on the recruiting trail right now, and I've seen South Carolina State sign a bunch of them. So congratulations to Loris, and congratulations to all the kids who are benefiting from the program that produced 2 big runs in a row. But of course, this is basketball season. And this week, I saw nothing. Okay? I didn't see any basketball games this week. The one game that I could have seen, I think was on Wednesday night. Yeah, it was on Wednesday night. I had a Christmas party to go to, so I wasn't able to make that one. But like I'm saying, my problem this morning is I'm squinting here because my glasses are not with me today. Let's take a look at what's happening with basketball right now. Now, for Marion's part, they're playing a lot of games. They've already played 7 games already, including 1 in the conference. They are 1-1 in the conference. Let me take a look at they beat Kingstree last night pretty bad, 59-39. Let's take a look at the full schedule. Let me see who did what though. Yeah. Marion started out the season against Latta, and they beat them 65-51. They dropped a close one to Atlantic Collegiate Academy, 50-46. They lost to Myrtle Beach, 59-43. They lost to Lexington, 59-37. They lost to St. James, 68-44. So we're talking 1, 2, 3. It's a 4-game losing streak before they hosted Johnsonville and they beat them. And last night they beat Kingstree by a score of 58-39. Now, as today being the 13th, and it is, Marion is at Dillon tonight. And on next Tuesday is the first showdown with Mullins. and that game is going to be at Mullins. Now, I'll be coming off of a root canal, which I'm scheduled to have that day. So I don't know if I'm coming to this game or not. I'm serious. It depends on what my face feels like. So they start digging in your mouth, boy, hitting you with those needles. You don't know. But anyway, after that game, Marion will host Hampton County. And that's on the 22nd. And then the 23rd, to be announced. And on the from the 27th, 28th, 29th, we're looking at the Pepsi Classic. And of course, that's held in Florence. And it's always a nice little holiday deal for us. Now, a lot of times what we do is we take the holiday tournaments for granted. And we don't pay as much attention to them. But let me tell you something. If you miss all the games during the holiday season, a big chunk of the season is gone that you missed. So that's why I try to attend a few games every year through the holiday season. No matter what a tournament is, usually the Pepsi Classic I check out. But you can't not attend some holiday tournaments. Because as I said, it's a big part of the season. You know, you get to see your team play in some games that are not scheduled. But those games count. And not only do they count as far as I'm concerned, because I'm a basketball fan. I want to see basketball. So this will probably be the last week that I don't see any games this season. So get out and see some games. And like I said, it's basketball season. Now, take a look at Mullins. Mullins they've played 4 games. And they're 2-2. And I wanted to see. Oh. Big win for Mullins last night. Wow. Mullins beat Atlantic Collegiate Academy 64-57. Now, I think I told folks that this is not the same Atlantic Collegiate Academy team from last year. And these are not the same team from Marion and Mullins this year. Excuse me. Marion should have beaten these guys in their first encounter this year. Now, I understand that they had some players that did not play in the Marion game. I don't know if those players are back now. But Mullins went down there and beat them. So that's encouraging. That puts Mullins in a very good position right now, like leader of the conference. And odds-on favorite to win the conference because of this win last night. But looking back, they lost to Waccamaw back on the 24th of November. The next night, they lost to Georgetown, 57-49, before getting their first win of the season against Andrews, 65-50. And then Atlantic Collegiate Academy was last night, and Mullins went down there and got a win. I almost went to that game last night, too. But, got home and was a little bit lazy. And, of course, the showdown with Marion's on the 16th. They will travel to Marlboro County High School on the 17th. I'll probably check that one out. And then on the 18th, Lake City. Then they have Berkeley. Is that going to be? Berkeley's coming here. And then, wow. How did they convince Berkeley and Burke to come up here? That's interesting. Good job, guys. Great work by the AD department. So, that's what's going on with Mullins boys basketball. Marion girls have had their struggles. Mullins girls, I hadn't seen Mullins boys or girls this year. And that's a little bit odd that this late in the game that I haven't. Let's see what Mullins girls is doing. Mullins girls right now are 0-3. And let me take a look at their schedule and see who they lost to. I know that Mullins girls basketball team has lost some big pieces from last year. One in particular. She's at ladder now. So they lost to Wilson, 64-25. They lost to Fairmont, 60-16. They lost to Atlantic Collegiate, 66-40. So they're 0-3 right now, headed into the Marion game. That's going to be a tussle because both of these teams are trying to claw their way upwards, and whoever wins this game on Tuesday night will put themselves in a better position going forward. So we'll have to see what happens with that. Marion girls, let's see what they've done so far. Lady Swamp Foxes. They've been having a rough time of it too. Okay, so they're coming in right now 4-4. They played 8 games already, which is pretty impressive. And they have 4 wins and 4 losses. They started out the season losing to Strom Thurmond 44-31. Beating Strom Thurmond. They lost to Ben Lippen 52-39 before beating Latta and losing 56-34 to Atlantic Collegiate Academy. They beat Myrtle Beach 35-25. That was a good one. They lost to St. James by 6 or 5. They beat Johnsonville handily 56-17. And they lost to Kingsfield. You know Kingsfield is good. But this is a good showing for Marion to play them this close, considering they got some pieces on that Kingsfield team that's going to be a problem this year. So tonight, they face Treasure and the Dillon Lady Wildcats in Dillon before they take on Mullins in a game next Tuesday night. So we'll have to see what goes down from that point. Oh, let's see. Well, the college football brackets have already been cemented. I can't tell you what they look like. I just know that I'm glad that we are having a serious playoff now in college football. You know, for years and years and years and years, they chose national championships. They chose who won. Back in the 60s and 70s, and I think in the 80s too, the national champion was selected by news outlets. United Press International, they had their own champion. AP, Associated Press, they had their own champion. And the winner was selected. So then they start getting a little bit more sophisticated with the bowls and fashioning a hierarchy for a championship with the bowl championship series. And that really never worked for me either, because you got all these teams out there and they could be playing in a tournament and they could be having a real champion decided upon. You choose to put a couple of teams there, which wasn't nearly enough. Now, ideally for me, 16 teams. If it ain't 16 teams, ultimately then it's kind of pointless. Because the other lower division schools all play a tournament. And I'm pretty sure they play this tournament with a 16-team field. But Division 1A or whatever they call themselves now wouldn't do this, because they were trying to protect the bowl situation, the bowl money grab, if you will. But now bowls are slowly kind of fading away in the background. Jerry Smith, what's going on, my brother? Carl Bramley, good morning. Randy Page. Julia Davis Graves, good morning, Julia. Okay, so the Eagles are in trouble. They lost 3 in a row. The Cowboys came back down to earth last week when they got beat. The Ravens look terrible. Lamar Jackson, my favorite player on the planet, giving the ball to the other team too much. Jalen Hurts, my second favorite player on the planet, giving the ball to the other team too much. The Ravens now are under 500 after 13 games. They're in trouble. They have a must-win basically the rest of the year because they lost to the sorry Pittsburgh Steelers, and now they find themselves in trouble. The Lakers are doing okay, but they got to come up the other night. Their defense is terrible. It's not championship defense. They're never going to win a championship with that defense. Let me see, what else do I have? I think that's it. Folks, I want to thank you for joining me, and I'll see you guys around at a basketball game. Maybe tonight. Take care. Later. Oh, boy.
Get Russell down on it.
Huh?
Get Russell down on it.
Well, yeah.
You got to you get about 15 minutes of it. Dakota, about 15 minutes of your program?
Yeah, roughly. A little bit more than that.
About 15 minutes left.
Yeah. I mean, how much can you say about a toy drive? Yes, I mean, it's not, I mean, they just show. I tell you what I found out, the interesting part is the cost. But you saying things are double? That's sad, man.
You need it, right? They ain't go around it.
That's Trump. That's all Trump.
That's who doing that.
That's Trump. Because Trump is putting all those tariffs on stuff.
Yeah.
All the tariff is a tax.
Okay.
So everything is higher because of his tariffs.
That's exactly right, Mike.
And he's sitting there lying to me, oh, no, it's not. That guy is so clueless, man.
He's stupid.
That cat needed a bullet, I swear.
I hope he didn't get rid of